Okay, we are live to the KGNS website. We're live to the KGNS app. We're also live on our KGNS YouTube channel. Thank you for watching the digital news desk this morning. We have hit the second day of the month, May the 2nd. And we're running a little bit late this morning, about 5 minutes past the hour of 10 o'clock. But we do thank you for being with us. Yolanda Villarreal, always checking in with us for weather purposes. Yolanda, how are you?
I am doing great, Ruben. You know, people tell me, hey, you keep mentioning we're going to get rain and it never arrives. So I have to mention that we're looking at some slight chances of rain because there are those chances. There are showers that develop in the Gulf waters and the wind could move it towards our direction. And there's also showers and thunderstorms that develop in Mexico. That's why I just continue to mention those slight chances for us that are expected to continue all the way into the weekend. Are they going to ruin your weekend plans? Well, stay tuned because I'm going to be talking about how the weather is going to be looking for us for today all the way into the weekend. And I want to prepare you guys for what's ahead for next week because it is going to be a scorching hot, I would say, temperatures. Yeah, it's all going to be all over the place, especially with that humidity. So our current temperatures right now are ranging in the 70s. Some are lucky to say that they're in the 50s, and that would be in Amarillo. 75 for El Paso, 76 for Presidio, then Del Rio in the low 80s. Also for Corpus Christi, McAllen, Brownsville. For us, our current temperature right now is ranging in the 70s. Early this morning, it was in the 80s. So that is due to those cloudy skies. That's why our temperature has dropped back into the 70s. We do see Dallas 71 throughout the morning hours. They were getting some showers and thunderstorms, and those showers and thunderstorms still continue in parts of Texas but are slowly moving towards the Louisiana area. So moving on to how it's looking here in our viewing area, temperatures ranging in the low 80s, some in the 70s. 73 is our current temperature, 82 for Zapata, 78 for Hebbronville, Freer in the low 80s, also for Cotula and Carrizo Spring. Our dew points continue to be in the 70s and they're expected to increase into the upper 70s. So this moisture is good in a way for our plants and also for our trees, our grass. It would keep them green. And also for us here in Laredo, keep in mind we're also under stage 2 water conservation where we can't be watering our plants each day, right? So moving on to our winds. Our winds are blowing from the southeast up to 12 miles per hour. It is going to get breezy at times, gusts up to 20 miles per hour. And also for tonight, it's going to be on and off, and we continue with those southeasterly winds, making it possible for these humid conditions to warm up our temperatures. And we do see here now that Dallas is not seeing those showers and thunderstorms. It's more towards the Houston area all the way into Louisiana, and this is where these showers and thunderstorms form in the Gulf waters, and that's why we do have those slight chances. But as we could see, these showers and thunderstorms are developing more near towards Houston, and then that wind is picking it up to arrive there for Houston. So that's why they're looking at these showers and thunderstorms, and they have been getting lots of heavy rainfall. So there's flood warnings in full effect. That's a closer look. We do see those areas in Houston. It's mainly towards the northern parts of Houston all the way into Lake Charles, Louisiana. That's where we see these showers and thunderstorms. And then once again, we do see showers and thunderstorms extending from Kansas all the way into Iowa, the Great Lakes, and there's some mixed precipitation going on in the Pacific Northwest all the way into Montana. But right now here in Texas, it's mainly towards the east that they're getting these showers and thunderstorms. Houston all the way into Louisiana. Severe weather once again. We do see parts of Dallas being under that slight and marginal risk all the way down into Houston. For us, we're not under that severe weather. We just do have those slight chances of any showers and thunderstorms occurring, very slight, and that is expected to continue all the way into Saturday. So Sunday you should be looking at good kind of weather because it is going to be hot. So for today, cloudy skies throughout the morning, then later on in the afternoon it should become partly to mostly sunny, increasing our temperatures into the 90s. And with the help of that moisture that is coming from the Gulf, it could be feeling like the triple digits. And this is what I mean about get ready next week. So this would be Tuesday, May 7th all the way up to May 11th, above normal temperatures. Those areas that are shaded in that darker red is where these temperatures are going to be brutal, and we're there from Laredo, San Antonio, all the way down into Brownsville, McAllen, Zapata, Corpus Christi. Our highs are going to be ranging in the triple digits, but our heat index values could be way higher, all the way up to 110. And this is why I do mean, if you're going to be working outdoors, make sure you stay hydrated, drink plenty of water. Don't forget about your pets as well. And then this heat wave extends all the way into the southeast Florida. New York is going to be seeing above normal temperatures all the way into Chicago. And this is our 7-day forecast for us here, what we're going to continue to expect. Highs in the 90s. Our mornings and nights will continue to be warm and humid. The good thing is that when we have those windy conditions, it kind of helps with that humidity. But we do see for next week, that's why I do have hot. It will be partly sunny to mostly sunny skies. And since we're getting more sun, that is going to allow for these temperatures to get into the triple digits. And with those humid conditions, our heat index values could get from 110 or higher. Now, Ruben, what do you think about that?
I think you know what I think, Yolanda. I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, you're just whatever. Weather is weather, right?
Look,
what can we do?
I get the 100, but 109?
Yeah, I know. And that is also happening because we're getting desert air from Mexico too. So yeah, that is also happening.
Thank you, Yolanda. Yolanda Villarreal will be on Telemundo en tu casa at 11 o'clock, and then you can catch her again on KGNS News at noon.
With you. We're both in the news.
Yes, ma'am. The Villarreal Show.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Yolanda.
Bye.
All right. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break. We'll be back with some news here on this Thursday morning. Thanks for watching. Stay with us. Let's get a live look at the sky camera atop the KGNS studios here on Bob Bullock Loop. And you are looking at traffic headed north and south on the loop right here in front of the KGNS studios. So, let's see here. Hello. Okay, let's go ahead and get into some news. And we go to the city of Rio Bravo. Residents are days away from finding out who the next mayor will be. Webb County officials report that only a few hundred voters headed to the polls during early voting. Now, while that may seem like a small amount, it was actually a pretty good turnout. Our Kristen Del Rio tells us more about these numbers and what residents hope to get from their new leader. Kristen?
I hope that everything goes fine. You know, whoever the two candidates that are running against each other, I wish them the best of luck.
The two candidates eyeing the seat to become Rio Bravo new mayor are Amanda Güero and Juan Carlos Garcia. For almost 5 years, San Juanita Viña has been exercising her right to vote in the city of Rio Bravo, a city located 15 miles south of the gateway city. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, more than 4,000 people live there. San Juanita was one of 411 people to vote during early voting, which took place from April 22nd to April 30th. According to Jose Luis Castillo, Webb County Elections Administrator, more than 2,500 Rio Bravo residents are registered to vote. And even though only 411 people headed to the two polls during early voting, he says the turnout was better than expected.
I think it's one of their best outcomes for the city of Rio Bravo. And breaking down the numbers percentage-wise, it came out to about 16% of the vote. Just throwing statistics out there, I looked at the statewide statistics for the primary. The statewide average in the state of Texas was 12%.
Even if the number of voter turnout were pretty high, so did the cost of this special election. Castillo says the cost of it was approximately $58,000 to $60,000 because it was the only held election in Webb County. Fortunately, the cost of this election was reduced to $50,000 thanks to some assistance from the state.
That we were also able to call call the Secretary of State and the individuals who run our system, who do some of our programming with ADA compliance and audio and everything. We were asking them, to take into consideration, and they were also worked with us and gave us some better pricing.
While Castillo expects more people to cast their vote on Saturday, May 4th, citizens like San Juanita are hopeful that whoever wins the mayor race can fix some of the city's current issues like water infrastructure, security, but most importantly, someone who can lead the city to a better and brighter future.
Whoever we get, I hope that individual, that person will do well for this community because it's time for a change.
For KGNS News, I'm Christian Del Rio.
Thanks, Christian. Again, the Rio Bravo special election is this Saturday, which is May the 4th. For more information on polling sites, you can go to our website at kgns.tv. Well, two people are waking up without cars this morning after they both go up in flames. The first one happened at a gas station in South Laredo and was caught on camera. This is viewer video sent in showing the car on fire right next to the pump at the station off Cuatro Vientos near the Lomas del Sur intersection. While it's unclear how the fire started, according to the Laredo Fire Department, it was accidental. The fire caused heavy damage to the engine and interior of the car. For safety precautions, emergency fuel was cut off, and fire officials say it'll remain off until the service company checks out the equipment. The gas pump was also damaged during the incident. The second incident happened in South Laredo as well, this time in the parking lot of United South High School. KGNS News received reports of a car on fire at around 4 Wednesday afternoon. This photograph shows the vehicle in the parking lot outside of the school, in the parking lot of the school, I should say. UISD officials say the fire department was called out. They were able to contain the fire and no injuries. The school issued a stay-in-place protocol while crews worked to extinguish the fire, and no word on what exactly may have caused that fire. And a smuggling attempt is stopped after DPS catches some people passing through a private property south of Webb County. Our cameras were there as DPS made several arrests connected to this case. The arrests were made shortly before noon Wednesday in Rio Bravo by Espejo Molina Road. And this is the moment when the two men were questioned that you just saw there by state troopers. According to DPS officials, the men were allegedly acting as walking guides for 3 people that had crossed illegally into the U.S. Now, there was a total of 5 people arrested, and DPS is the agency handling this case. Well, the Laredo Suicide Awareness and Prevention Coalition gathered Wednesday morning to mark their efforts. The previous year, the You Are Not Alone campaign is one of their many initiatives that raises awareness about the resources that you can use if you're struggling with your mental health, including the 988 hotline, where people struggling with depression or in crisis can speak with a professional. The hotline is available all year round, 24 hours a day. The coalition is actively going to schools and colleges to speak on suicide prevention and will be placing banners at public and private schools in Laredo to spread their message. Help is within reach. According to Dr. Richard Chamberlain, director of Laredo Public Health, suicide remains a problem within the community.
Unfortunately, the loss of 10 lives due to suicide. There have been an additional dozen suicide attempts in our community, and that's the reason why we are here today, to make sure that persons in our community, whether they are in their teens or in their 70s, we've seen a wide range of persons that are part of this statistic, and we want to make sure that they know, male or female, or that they know that they have access to resources.
The Laredo Suicide Awareness and Prevention Coalition is currently looking for volunteers to go door to door and explain the resources available for people struggling with their mental health. To be a volunteer, reach out to Laredo Public Health for more information. And staying with health, with a live mariachi band and a Tai Chi demonstration, a local hospital kicks off the month of May as Stroke Awareness Month. Our Salma Lozano has more on the impact of a stroke that can have a... Our Salma Lozano has more on the impact a stroke can have on a person's life and the way one can find support. Salma?
Alma Vors suffered her first stroke at 49 and her second 3 years ago.
Your life turned from the regular life to a 360 degrees because you cannot talk, you cannot express yourself, you cannot write, and temporarily you cannot see properly.
On Wednesday, the mayor of Laredo, Dr. Victor Trevino, alongside the Laredo Medical Center, recognized May as Stroke Awareness Month as a way to inform the public of the signs of an oncoming stroke. It's important to call emergency services when experiencing the warning signs: loss of balance, vision changes, face drooping, to name a few. Vors explains that she continues to struggle with the after effects of her stroke. However, she has found comfort in the Laredo Stroke Support Group and has been a member since 2013.
You don't have the same abilities like regular people, and by being in a group, it helps you to overcome those situations. Especially the psychological part is the one that hurt the most. But when you are around your buddies that have the same problem, it's amazing.
According to Hector Santos, Stroke Program Medical Director for Laredo Medical Center, strokes are not only a source of concern nationally, as a stroke occurs every 40 seconds in the United States, but it is also a local problem.
So here in Laredo, due to the what are called comorbid conditions, high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, irregular heart rhythms, alcohol use, drug use, all those can contribute to your risk of having a stroke. And unfortunately, we have a lot of that down here in Laredo.
Santos stresses people with high blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes should get their conditions treated and under control, as they are important risk factors that could lead to a stroke. For KGNS News, Salma Lozano.
Well, thank you, Salma. If you or a loved one experience the warning signs of a stroke, it's important to call emergency services immediately. We do have a guest on KGNS News at noon that's going to talk about stroke support as well. All right, Laredo steps up to fight hunger, giving food to families who need it most. The city, along with the Laredo Regional Food Bank, came together to kickstart the distribution of much-needed food packages. Early Wednesday morning, a ribbon-cutting ceremony kicked off the food pantries at the Recreation Centers project. Food packets will now be available at 3 city districts where food insecurity is most prevalent. The goal is to help families, senior citizens, and people with disabilities.
Sometimes we don't have that money to buy any groceries, and it's closer to our district. Because, you know, sometimes we don't have also right to go to H-E-B or Walmart. Those families are not able to go to our local grocery stores. So that's why we have these food drives for them.
The first wave of food distribution took place, at the Benavides Recreation Center. Next week, they'll do the same at the El Eden Rec Center, followed by the Sierra Rec Center the week after, with the process being repeated every month. If you'd like more information, go to the KGNS website. And Laredo agencies are taking proactive measures in helping unhoused individuals in our community. On Tuesday, Laredo Police launched its CARES campaign. CARES stands for Combined Addiction Resistance Education Services, that aims to help the unsheltered community. Several organizations such as the Health Department, AHEC, and Bethany House were at Jarvis Plaza handing out hygiene kits and offering vaccines and health checkups. LPD says agencies were keeping a record of the household individuals so they can better assist them in the future.
You know, this information is very helpful for us to be able to identify those individuals in case they are, go missing, or if they are unfortunately found deceased due to an overdose. So this information helps us maintain and identify these individuals who are living out on the streets.
Well, Espinosa adds that the department has a unit that specializes in helping those who are experiencing mental health issues or substance abuse. Tuesday was the first pilot event that Laredo Police hopes to continue to pursue. Okay, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching on this Thursday morning. I will see you here on the Digital News Desk tomorrow. Actually, we will not have a Digital News Desk tomorrow, so I'll see you on Monday at 10 o'clock. But I'll also be on KGNS News at noon, so I'll see you there in just a little bit. Telemundo en tu Casa is coming up at 11 o'clock. Thank you so much for watching on the app, the website, and on YouTube, and I will see you soon. Have a blessed rest of your day.